guys, I know you guys have been like, I'm sure, refreshing your YouTube, being like, when is part 2 of this riveting series gonna come out? Well, you don't have to wait any longer because today's the day. I was feeling very lazy this afternoon, and then somebody came up on the porch to kind of be like, hey, you said you were gonna give me a makeover. Where are you at? So yeah, today Gigi's requesting her own video. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to make our way to the shower area. I'm gonna bathe her. Excuse me. Look, she's even like learning how to like wipe her feet before getting inside the house. And then yeah, the transformation will begin. Catch you there. Bye. Hey. I'm so sorry, but you cannot come in. So here we go. Gigi's very muddy, and first step is going to be to wash it off. So here goes nothing. Let's do this. So here you see me fussing with Gigi's tail. As you can tell, it's quite pathetic. It's very short, and for the 2 years I've had her, it hasn't grown very much. Weirdly enough, it actually has grown more now that she's retired, so maybe the stress had something to do with the tail not growing. No idea. But so when I was riding her, I was desperate for her to have a beautiful tail. So I researched lots of technique and what to do, what not to do, products, etc., etc. And I've been told, or what I found out, is that you're never supposed to like brush your tail when it's dry. The only time you should brush it with a wide tooth comb is when it's wet, after it's been shampooed and conditioned. And when it's dry, you should just pick at it. And that's what I was doing in the start of this clip. And what I'm doing right now is that you kind of like just run your fingers, you separate, and you just like almost hair by hair, which prevents breakage. But yeah, so it's a pretty cool thing. I used to do it every day when I was riding her, and it's actually kind of like you can meditate while doing it. But yeah, just wanted to put this little disclaimer on this video. Now that she's clean, she's been a very patient girl, and you see her mane has been conditioned and detangled. It's very important when you use clippers that you like clip a clean horse.
So I tried to really, like, the ends won't really matter. I did them anyways, but I was really like kind of massaging her scalp like a Head and Shoulders commercial. So yeah, so because that's what the clippers are gonna be. So this needs to be like clean, dust free, grease free and all that, and also like all the mud, the dreadlocks that she had in her hair is now gone. So yeah, let's go. And so always, I know how she is, I've clipped her before, but please, she's gonna want to come and assault the cameraman. Where are we going? So you always want to like turn them on near the horse, and this one has 2 speeds. So, and they're really quiet. So, and then they're the Wool KM cordless, love them. They are not for a very woolly mammoth. When I was clipping, there's my first video ever, it's in French, but you don't really need me talking anyways, it's really much a time lapse. I tried to clip him with that, it didn't really work, his coat was so thick, it didn't work. But for like a thoroughbred like that, it's tip top. So yeah, so like I was saying, you got 2 speeds, you always want to kind of try to like start them here to not startle them. That's first one, it vibrates, okay, she doesn't care. Second speed, no biggie. Let's get started, guys. GI Jane, here we go. All right, it's time to add the withers. I mean, who wants extensions? I might keep that actually. Oh my god, it's so thick. Look at this. It's insane. It's very soft. And because I conditioned it, it smells really good. Look how thick this is. Like in the last vlog, I had problems in the middle of my mane because my braids were really thick and closer together, and that's because of that. Thicker neck. So, thicker mane. You can see these clippers are like cutting through that like it was nothing. There you go. Little comb over. Alright, and then we just can like go back and tidy it up. It seems to like relax her a little bit. Is she falling asleep? I think she is. She likes it. The wind is like blowing all these microscopic little hairs back in my face. It's not ideal. Here we go, a little GI-G pony. Well, I'm gonna do her full lock too because I don't like the look without the full lock. And so, here we go. Gigi, don't move, please. Get back here. There we go. There goes nothing. So for a horse that grows so much mane and full lock, what's happening with the tail? That's been 2 years in the making, and it's not growing. And as you can see here, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I didn't do her head. And you see how dusty this is? It's because I didn't wash it. So, but the rest of the mane is pretty black and nice. And that's definitely not what you want to do for your clippers. But I figured like, I didn't want to like bother her with that and on her head. And it was so small. There you go. GI Jane, super sleek, ready to take on any SEALs training, you know. She's a badass. And here we go. So my cameraman and I are now covered in tiny little, very prickly hair. I think it's more prickly than normal fur. I think we're gonna both jump in the shower. But you see at the barber when they like, or the hairdresser when they like brush your shoulders, this is what I'm gonna do to try to get her to not itch too much. But you know, I should do that to myself because the wind somehow is just blowing everything in my head, in my face, and I am covered. Oh, another poop. Well done, Gigi. Here we go. Done and done. Itchy nose. Gross. Some of Gigi's in my mouth. Okay, so a dream of mine, because I really like the look of a pulled tail, but I don't believe in like, you know, hurting horses or just beauty standards. So I've looked at some tutorials to clip the side of the tail. I've never done it before. This is my ever first time. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna help Gigi with her hay because otherwise it's just gonna be a bit of a pain. Here you go. So, same thing. You want to start your clippers, make sure the horse is not like spooked by it. And then, from what I remember of the tutorial, you just, so because you can't stick hair back, you want to be conservative and then take a little bit at a time. And then if it's not enough, you go back. So let's give it a go. And then if it's shit, it doesn't matter. We're not going anywhere anyways. So yeah, let's give it a go. I'm scared. Because, oh yeah, let me tell you, like this has been, it's been so long. This horse, ever since I bought her in 2020, she's a COVID horse. It hasn't grown that much. Like it's probably grown, it was shorter, it's probably grown like maybe this much. So I'm a bit scared to like ruin it, but I don't think it can be more ruined than this. So let's freaking go. And you know, it's only hair after all. All right. I'm going to leave it at that. What I will do though is cut the bottom because I think it would look nicer once that's kind of like equaled out. it'll look fuller if we cut everything at the same length. And I think it does already. Like it looks nicer. More polished, I think. I like short tails, so I don't really mind. Maybe I'll do him a little bit more. There we go. I think for once, Gigi looks like it's a deliberate look, not like somebody chewed her tail. All right, I think that's it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. That would like really mean the world to me. Your support really means a lot to me, and yeah, I hope you liked it. See you next time.